Welcome to Tweakatune, the YouTube channel especially created to provide feedback and promotion from millions of aspiring songwriters all over the world. Mary Dawson is a published professional songwriter and author of the book How to Get Somewhere in the Music Business from Nowhere with Nothing. Her 25-year background as a songwriter, instructor, and coach has motivated and equipped her to help others polish their craft of songwriting. Now join us for this week's edition of Tweakatune.
Hi everybody, I'm Mary Dawson. Welcome to Tweakatune. Now here at Tweakatune we are committed to becoming better songwriters. And last time I did something a little different. We did a Tweak It tip. And I suggested that you could possibly learn to write great songs by studying the hits that are currently on the radio in every genre. And now it's not just a matter of the radio. We have a grad school for radio. We have YouTube in the 21st century. Almost any song you want to study, you can study on YouTube. And so I'm going to actually take us step by step on a process of how I would study a song on YouTube and what I could learn from it by doing so, and maybe inspire you to do the same thing. So the song I've chosen today is a song called Somebody That I Used to Know. It's a huge hit in 2012. I think it will go down in the record books as one of the big hits. And the first thing I did when I decided to study this song was to go to Wikipedia and look up who the writer was. The writer is called Gautier. He's a Belgian-born songwriter who was raised in Australia, and his actual name is Wally de Backer. And 10 years ago, he was doing his own productions on a 4-track recorder in his house, and actually just writing out by hand the titles of the songs on his CD sleeve and doing his own artwork with a pencil. So he's come a long, long way in 10 years. Now, the next thing I did was I went to YouTube and I put the title of the song, Somebody That I Used to Know, into the search bar on YouTube. And I realized that there were a bunch of covers of this song. Pentatonics has a great version. There are several other ones. But the one I chose is by a band called Walk Off the Earth. And you probably have seen this already because it has over 99 million views. And it's 5 people playing one guitar, so it's very cleverly produced. And so I decided this is the one I'm going to study. So the very first thing I did after that is that I went to the internet and I found the lyrics. And I downloaded them, printed them out on a Word document, and had them by my side as I started listening to the song. I listened through a couple of times just to get oriented, and then I started making some notes. What was the first thing I noticed about this song? Well, it was the introduction. The guy just started tapping on the guitar and started a little syncopated beat. And then after about 2 measures, in came this little melodic bass line, and I realized it was only 2 notes. I went over to my keyboard and discovered we were in the key of F, and the 2 notes in the bass were just C and D. And it went back and forth from D to C and C to D, and it did that actually all the way through the song. After a couple of lines of the bass, there was a little riff melody that appeared on top, and it just kind of went up and down the F scale. Then came the singers, and so my eyes went to the lyrics, and I wanted to study to see what was happening. And I realized that the lyrics were about lost love, which is a very typical topic for songwriters. And I also realized that this was a verse-chorus song. There were 2 verses, and then a chorus, followed by a single verse and a repeat of the chorus. Now there was a clear demarcation when we got to the chorus, because at that point the melody lifted to a different place in the scale. It was still the same bass line, but the melody was higher. And for those of you who know the song, it's the part that says, "But you didn't have to cut me off." That's the line. And then it repeats again halfway through, because there's actually 2 halves of the chorus. And that lifted line again appears at, "No, you didn't have to stoop so low." And so there's 2 halves of the chorus melodically, but the lyrics change. And then it goes into the 3rd verse and a repeat of the chorus. The rhyme scheme really set up the title in that second half of the chorus, because it used a lot of the old words, like, "No, you didn't have to stoop so low. I guess that I don't need that, though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. So those rhymes really helped to highlight and set off the hook title at the very end. And then that hook title was repeated several times before anything else happened in the song. So at the end of the day, I thought, well, now what have I learned about this? Just from the song part, not from the production. The production varied from cover to cover, from band to band. But what is the essence of this song that makes it so hot? Why do all of these covers have so many hits? Well, two things came to mind: simplicity and repetition. Because we as songwriters are trying basically to teach our listener our song in about 3 to 4 minutes. And this song really did it because of the repetition and the simple melody. So those are just two things I learned right off the bat. And now I'd like to turn the ball over to you and give you a homework assignment. You go to YouTube, type in that title, Somebody That I Used to Know, look at some of the other covers, listen, and take some notes. What did you notice about the lyrics? What did you notice about the music, about the melody, about the bass, about the percussion? Don't focus so much on the production itself, but on the song. And see what you can learn, and then add your comments here at YouTube or on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Tweakatune. We want to hear from you, and together we'll all learn how to create a better song. So until next time, I'm Mary Dawson, where we believe here at Tweakatune that every great song and songwriter deserves to be heard.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Tweakatune. Now we want to hear from you. Visit the link to our Facebook page to download submission guidelines. Until we tweak again, keep writing.